Hey guys, welcome back to Top 10 Gaming. Today we're counting down the top 10 alternate versions of Link. While there aren't a ton of alternate versions of the character out there, we'll be doing a mix of alternates and the ever-changing aesthetic of Link that he's evolved into over the years. From an appearance perspective, for being one of the most iconic characters in video game history, Link sure has changed a lot since his first appearance in 1987's Legend of Zelda. There are so many reincarnations of the character. So with that being said, let's jump in. Number 10 is the side-scroller Link. From Zelda 2: The Adventure of Link, the sequel to the first Legend of Zelda game, gave us a different take on Link, a very different one. And the soon-to-be franchise's gameplay as well, becoming more of a side-scrolling platform-esque game rather than a top-down perspective one, which drastically changed players' movements and combat. This Link is noticeably taller, with a green sword and quite prominent ears, and quite two-dimensional. And at number 9 is Young Link. Oh, babyface Link. So, Young Link appears in Super Smash Bros. Melee, and the Hyrule Warriors series. And he's the embodiment of the child stage of Link's life from his adventures in Majora's Mask and Ocarina of Time. He's obviously weaker than the adult Link, but tends to be more agile. Too cute. Up next, number 8 is the Legend of Zelda TV series. Coming at us from 1989, this version of Link was featured on the short-lived animated show that aired on syndication. Mainly based on the first Legend of Zelda game, Link's look is a very 80s feel directly inspired by it, with the dark brown hair and the brown sleeves and tights. While there's plenty of references to the game, it did act a wee bit more like a standalone show. I think my favorite part of the show though is how they approached how the characters carried items in their inventory. Both Link and Zelda's items magically shrink when they're placed into their pockets or pouches. It's pretty great. And at number 7 is the Fierce Deity Link. Jumping into a bit of Majora's Mask here, Fierce Deity is one of the transformations Link can turn into in the game, when wearing the Fierce Deity mask. The hero of Hyrule transforms into a wickedly powerful warrior that looks a lot like a Hylian with markings on his face, and you can only get this form during boss battles. Also on that note, there's a ton of really awesome alternates from Majora's Mask that spawn from different masks that you can wear in the game, but we didn't want to flood this list with them, so let us know in those comments below if you'd like a part 2 so we can feature more of them next time around. And at number 6 is the 8-bit Link. At this number we have the OG Link who appeared in the first Legend of Zelda game that was released in 1986. This was the Link that set the foundation for all future incarnations of the character, from combat to aesthetic. The green and brown tunic, despite the brown being dropped in later years, and used for the younger versions of Link, and his elf-like pointy ears. The model of the character has green eyelids too, an aesthetic choice that was dropped immediately with the sequel, The Adventure of Link, and has likely remained a thing of the past. And at number 5 is Ocarina of Time for the N64. While the promotional artwork for this game may be my personal favorite incarnation of Link, the in-game model of the character was one of the earlier 3D model versions. Now that the game was being played on the N64 and sprites were becoming less popular with the improved hardware, Link was now blonde. Link had blue eyes. The brown sleeves were now white, and he also had mitts. Plus, this game also introduced us to the Hylian shield. And at our number 4 spot is Breath of the Wild Link. Blue tunic time. What would this list be without the mention of the most recent incarnation of Link from the masterpiece of a game, Breath of the Wild? Aside from looking the best graphically speaking, we get to see Link don a few different outfits throughout the game in order to deal with things like climate, so he doesn't freeze to death. That sort of thing. This open world game has left some fans arguing that its aesthetics have influences from Wind Waker, utilizing bright colors, yet maintaining realistic proportions, and having a mild, subtle, cartoony feel overall. And at number 3 is Twilight Princess, aka Wolf Link. Twilight Princess was the last GameCube Legend of Zelda game, and the first one for the Wii, and takes place a century before Four Swords Adventures, and several centuries after Ocarina of Time. This more realistic looking Link must prevent Hyrule from being engulfed by the Twilight Realm, a parallel dimension, and he can take the form of a wolf, but only when entering the Twilight Realm. But eventually he's able to switch between his wolf form and his Hylian form. Wolf Link is super fast, can dig holes to create new passages, can uncover buried items, and has the ability to follow scent trails due to his improved senses. And our number 2 spot is Toon Link. Many criticize the aesthetic of this Link right off the bat until they actually played the games. So Toon Link is the Link we get from what is referred to as the adult timeline, with Wind Waker being the first to appear in this timeline, and Toon Link being the 5th incarnation of Link in the entire series. And as the name states, he is pretty darn cartoony, with big old dark eyes and a very expressive childlike face. He's typically more agile and faster than the regular Link too, most notably in Super Smash Bros. And finally, in our number 1 spot is Dark Link. Probably the most famous alternate version of Link, and one of the more mysterious, sinister enemies in the series, Dark Link is typically seen as the ultimate challenge for our hero, since he is facing himself and his own strength turned against him. Dark Link has no backstory, and no dialogue, yet appears in 6 main narrative Legend of Zelda games, and 2 Super Smash Bros. Games, and Hyrule Warriors, and even the Ocarina of Time manga. First appearing in The Adventure of Link as the final boss, it's implied that he's constructed out of shadow magic. There we have it, friends. What's your favorite version of Link? Which Zelda game is your favorite? And which incarnation of Link do you like the best? Let us know in those comments below. And hey, don't forget to hit those like and subscribe buttons if you dug this video. But for now, I've been Kelly Pally and this has been Top 10 Gaming. I'll catch you guys in the next one.